Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to your active recovery workout. You'll notice we're in a little bit of a different angle than we typically are, and it's a lot more casual, and I'm not wearing any shoes or socks. So I just want to let you know no equipment's needed today. You don't even need shoes or anything like that. Go ahead, grab some water, grab your mat, and we're just going to flow through some poses, hold them, keep our bodies moving, get a really good stretch in, and make sure that we're ready for the week ahead to push more weight, push ourselves through more workouts and all that good stuff. I'm super sore today, so I want to make sure that we get a really good stretch in. So grab anything you may need and I'll meet you right back here. Alrighty, so let's take it to the back of our mat. We're gonna start in a couple seconds. We're gonna do a walkout back extension here. So let's stand up and walk out. Drop those hips down and flip those feet over and just twist from side to side. Whatever feels good for you today, that's what I want you to do. This is just really great to get your muscles moving, get that blood flowing, and to hopefully help a little bit of soreness if you are sore. So this is really great for stretching your core, stretching your back. You'll feel this in that lower back when you twist from side to side. And then go ahead and flip those feet over into a plank position and walk back to those feet. Take a nice hinge here and just hold it. You can lift one heel and the other, but really just hang here. If you can touch the ground, touch the ground. If you can only touch your knees, that's totally fine. Go wherever your body allows, but I want you to just hang out here for a second, lifting one heel then the other. You'll really feel this all throughout the back of your leg here, and this is definitely one of my favorite movements. I mentioned the other day tight hamstrings and tight hips, and a lot of us have that issue from sitting a lot. I mean, people in general, regardless of, I guess if you have a super active job, you're not constantly sitting, but for majority of the people, you're sitting a good chunk of your day. So your hamstrings and your glutes and your hips, all that kind of is affected from that. Go ahead and walk it back out to that back extension and flip those feet over. So that's just part of the muscles that are, compromised, I guess you could say, from sitting a lot. So you'll find a lot of times people will constantly say, oh, I have super tight hamstrings. And that's very, very common if you do have a job that you sit a lot. Like, I'm sitting pretty much all day for my job unless I stand up to do something. But if it wasn't for me standing up during my day, I'm not required to stand for my job. So, a lot of us are like that. So you'll find your hamstrings and your hips are super tight. So active recovery days are just amazing for getting the blood flow going and just getting your muscles working. Go ahead and drop down to your elbows and grab one of your feet and just hold this pose here for a little bit. Really great for your quads here and all of that. So I'm really excited for December. I know I said I was excited last month. I'm going to be excited every month for what we have ahead of us. We are really working on building that strength. So active recovery and stretching is really, really important for us this month. So we'll probably take a little bit longer warm-ups and a little bit longer cool downs. Go ahead and switch to the other foot, just because it's really important to warm up the muscles you're about to work and really focus on making sure that you're staying safe while doing the movements. It's not worth it to do heavier weights if you're not keeping your body nice and safe throughout it. So go ahead, drop one foot and bring it back up to a plank and walk back to your feet and just hang out here for a second again. Really great here. And then we're gonna go ahead and take it out to a lunge. So that right leg's gonna go out and we're gonna twist over to the side like we typically do in our warm-ups, but we're just gonna hold this for a second. You can drop that back knee and then go ahead and drop those hands beside that front foot and straighten out that back leg. And you can go between dropping that back knee and straightening it. And then really make sure that your heel and your knee are in line. So adjust if you need to, just to make sure you're staying safe throughout it. And you can go back and forth here just for a couple more seconds. And then we're gonna open it up to the front. So you're gonna go ahead and rotate to the side of your what kind of word is that? Side of your foot on that back leg, and then that front foot's gonna turn over to the front, and just go ahead and really sit into that front leg, or what used to be your front leg, and drop down to your heel on that other foot, and really just sit here for a second, stretch that inner thigh, and you'll feel this in your shin and all that good stuff as well. So really great stretch here. I'm excited for just more movement throughout this month and new moves and just building that muscle. So go ahead, lift back up, rotate that foot, lift up, and go back to that original pose. So drop that back knee and straighten it. And then go ahead and bring that back leg up, straighten out that other leg, and drop that knee down. Take a couple of poses here. And then we're gonna open it up again. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch frontwards so you're not staring at my backside. So go ahead and sit into it really, really great here. And if you ever feel super sore throughout the week after doing workouts, I always want you to take the time to do additional stretches that your body needs. It's so important to continually stretch, and even on your off days, just make sure that you're keeping your body moving, because if you completely take the day off and you don't work a single muscle, I mean, we all have days where we literally like don't do anything, but it's just so important to keep your body moving, to make sure that your muscles are still working and you're not only working them when, you know, you're pushing super heavy. So whether it be a walk that you go on, you take your dog on a walk, you walk around the block a couple times, like for 10, 15, 25 minutes, anything like that. Like that's really great active recovery. Any sort of movement other than just like sitting around and walking to the kitchen and walking to the bathroom is super great. Go ahead and flip it over back to our original pose. Drop that back knee and lift it. Drop it again and lift it. We'll stay here for a couple more seconds. So active recovery doesn't have to mean that like you start sweating. If you do break a sweat, that's totally fine. I typically will do some sort of activity where I'll break a light sweat, but I mean, it's not like a requirement. It's more about just getting a movement. Go ahead and bring that back leg up, and then we're gonna go ahead and take a seat. Straighten out those legs and just grab onto them and stretch out. If you can't reach your feet, that's totally fine. Just reach for whatever you can and stretch out that way. Take some breaths here. Really great. If a lot of you have like yoga studios around you that you're going to, I know a lot of places are still closed and a lot of us aren't going to gyms and all that. So there's a lot of great yoga videos online on YouTube that you can follow throughout the week. If you feel like you had a super heavy workout, that's something that I like to do. So like typically if I have a super heavy leg day, for instance, I'll make sure to finish my workout, stretch out a little bit, and then later that day, like I'll eat, I'll do my work, do whatever I gotta do, and then later at night before I go to bed, I'll do some sort of yoga class so that I have time to kind of just settle into my muscles and really settle into that soreness and just stretch out my muscles. So that's a little tip I have for you. Go ahead, take one foot, bring it to the inner thigh, and we'll stretch out to the other side. So another piece of that, as far as like soreness and all that good stuff, is you really want to stay hydrated throughout the entire day, throughout the entire week. So hydration plays a huge part in your muscle recovery and all that, and eating good foods. I mean, you don't want to work out super hard, burn a bunch of calories, and then not really eat the rest of the day, not really drink anything the rest of the day, and then the next day try and do another heavy workout. You'll find that it's harder and harder as the days go on to continue to maintain that. Go ahead and switch to the other side. The more you burn, the more you should refuel your body, and you're burning calories, yes, but calories are fuel for your body. So you have to replenish your body. I always say you have to thank your body for the work that it did. And by doing that, I mean getting enough rest, getting enough water, getting enough food that's healthy and good for your body. That's the most important thing that you can do for yourself after your body gives you the ability to push through super heavy workouts and all that. So you'll find that the better you eat, the more you hydrate the next day your workouts, you'll perform better. So that's super important and a really big piece as far as soreness. If your body, your muscles are tearing when you're working out, that's just how building muscle works or working out works. Like as you work out, your muscles are tearing, then you get sore because they're repairing and there's knots and all that good stuff. I mean, it's not good stuff, but it happens and it's normal. But your body's trying to repair itself basically after you work out. So if you're not fueling it, it has nothing to help repair with. So you're going to be more sore and you're going to be more tired the next day. So it's just an endless cycle, honestly. It's so bad to not hydrate, to not refuel yourself. And that is the biggest mistake that I see people making constantly. Let's go ahead and drop it down. We're going to do a little bit of core here. So drop it down to your back, laying nice and flat. And we're going to do just some extensions. Extend those arms out, extend those toes out, nice stretch. And then we're gonna engage that core, squeeze it, and do a jackknife. So nice squeeze, nice slow lift. Your shoulders come up, then your lower back. You reach for that opposite toe, and you drop it back down. You engage that core before you lift yourself up. You lift up those shoulders, then that lower back, and then reach for that opposite toe. So we do these movements a lot in our ab workouts, but this time it's all about super slow and really engaging the muscles and intentionally lifting slowly. And that really works your core really well. So go ahead, do a couple more here. Really great. Keep breathing through it. Exhale every time you lift. One more on the other side. And then we'll go ahead and sit up. Okay, so that's that. That is core, but active recovery style. So we're gonna go ahead and take a seat here. Just put our feet nice and straight out and reach out for them, or reach out as far as you possibly can, just for a couple of seconds. And then we're gonna take some side planks. I love side planks. They're really great for engaging your muscles. And if you do it on active recovery days, it's really great just to get a little bit of some heat going. So we're gonna go over to our left side. We're gonna lift up onto our bottom knee, and we're gonna take this right leg and we're just gonna lift it up and down and forwards and back. So up, down, front, and back, and really focus on keeping your hips and your chest pretty much steady the whole time. Just your leg is moving. Try not to bend and twist every time you move your leg. A couple more here. Up and down, forwards and back. If you have to adjust your knee a little bit, like you're sliding like me, that's totally fine. So up, down, front, and back. One more here and we'll go to the other side. And then flip it on over to your right side. So onto that right knee, lifting that left leg up, and we'll go up, down, front, and back. So you'll feel this in your bottom glute, in your top glute. We did a lot of glute work yesterday, if you did yesterday's workout, and you'll probably feel this. So this is really great just to keep your muscles moving, get a little bit of heat going, like I said, but not too crazy. Let's do one more up, one more back after this, and then we'll go ahead and finish out. All right, drop it on down. We're gonna lay flat on the ground again and stretch out those arms, stretch out those feet. And then what I want you to do is go ahead, bring those feet a little bit closer to your glutes, and we're gonna do a couple bridges. So let's go ahead and press up in 2 and 1. So press up, squeezing those glutes together, and just holding this for a couple of seconds, tucking those glutes, almost like you're bringing the bottom of your glutes to your hamstrings. Drop it down for 3, 2, 1, nice and slow, and press back up. Hold it for a couple of seconds, squeezing your cheeks super close, and then drop it back down. 3, 2, 1, slow and steady, and power up. Hold it for a couple of seconds, really focus on squeezing your glutes together. That's the most important part here. And drop it down slowly. 3, 2, 1, and one more here. And drop it down. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to stop this timer here because it's going to start beeping like crazy. But go ahead and take a seat in the middle of your mat and do any additional stretches you may need. Sometimes I really like, I'll show you from the side, I like to cross my legs and just lean forward. It really stretches the bottom of your glutes. And if you push your arms out in front of you and push back a little bit, you'll really feel this in your glutes. So take any additional stretches you need today. Quick 15 minutes we did today. And that's really all you need for an active recovery day. So really focus on building these into your days off or after super heavy workouts. Really great for muscle recovery and all that good stuff. So thank you for joining me. More workouts coming, of course. This workout will be on this Patreon page endlessly. So if you need to come back to it, definitely do so. And every Sunday I'll be posting one. So make sure you tune in for that. And other than that, I will see you guys next week to push harder, to build more muscle, and to continue on our journey. So thanks for joining me. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.